GSL Code S. Oh, yeah.
Okay, look. I don't even want to talk about these games. What I want to talk about is this sweet, sweet company called Blizzard that ordered one vegetarian pizza and had it sent up to us.
They're good people.
As we all know, Tasteless is a little vegetarian nerd.
What? No, man. I love meat.
I'm very happy that they sent. Look at this.
Look at that.
Veggies all over it.
He was worried at first. He said, "That's meat," and we said, "No."
Well, it never happens.
That is a mushroom.
Never happens, but it's happened this time, and I'm very happy about it. So thank you, Blizzard.
Thank you.
The best. Make the best games and
order
make
the best pizzas. So we're gonna go into the final match here. Looks like we just finished up the interviews, which are not going to be on the stream tonight. So the map's going to be Heavy Rain.
All right.
One of my favorite games, too, for PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on Xbox, but it was a great game. If you don't play it, you should at least tell your wife to play it. She would enjoy it.
Okay.
Trust me on that one. That gets the Tasteless signature of approval. A very rare thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've told you games to play and you never play them, so.
Like what?
Pokemon.
What else have you told me to play?
It's like you missed out on, like...
I know. It's true.
An important part of culture. Like,
if I just play the new ones, is that okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Because I'm like too behind. Because I played everything else.
It's pretty much fine if you play a new one.
All right, if I play a new one, because right now I'm like, I don't know if I can go back. Like, all right. Rain. Solar. GSL Code S. Wow.
Rain versus Solar.
Okay, so this is the rematch. If you're just now joining us, Rain did beat Solar 2-1 in what Artosis and I felt was a bit of an upset. Expected Solar to win there. Rain had some very sneaky builds, which is why I'm really wondering if Rain can win again the second time around here.
Yeah, you know, I really felt like Solar was going to take him out the first time. It was pretty impressive that Rain was able to do it, but I don't think it's going to happen again.
This is an interesting point. Rain, it's like the rain versus the sun. Like, who wins the clouds?
My God.
Oh, my God. How do we not make that connection? All right, start the cast over. We'll use that.
Well, if Windy was here, we know Solar would win, but he's not, so...
That's true.
I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah. Well, Artosis.
Yes.
Personally...
You know that his ID used to be Sun? Rain's ID used to be Sun. He was by Sun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was by Sun. Wow.
So just throwing that out there. Well, Solar, he's powered up a lot lately.
He has powered up a lot. Solar. Which ID do you actually prefer, Rain or Solar?
Solar.
Solar? Really? I actually prefer Rain.
You prefer Rain?
The
one of the most used IDs.
Yeah, well, I prefer it over than
an
ID Solar
that he took from a guy who got second in the second GSL.
Well, I believe the guy that got second in the second GSL probably took that from the Popstar Rain.
No.
Who I believe took his name from the weather condition Rain.
No. BS. Never.
Probe's getting beaten up a little bit.
Okay, so let's take a look at these builds.
Sure.
He actually cancels the gas there, which is fine. But a lot of times, Zergs will try to get a quick gas on some maps. Not this one, really. Like Daedalus Point, when we see that, I'm sure he'll get a quick gas, get some quick speed out there.
Now, if Daedalus made the Minotaur's Maze, did he also make that part of the map?
Which part?
The point?
Yeah, of course. What? Of course,
Daedalus is a map maker.
Yeah. He really likes the StarCraft II map editor as well. It's very strong.
It's actually a very good map editor.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy what you can do with that.
It is.
It's crazy cakes.
Yeah. Did you know they made Avatar in the StarCraft II map editor?
Avatar?
Yeah, the movie Avatar.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah, fantastic.
You know what's actually really sad? I went to go see... I was with my dad, and my dad's like, "Oh, there's this new movie. We got to go see it. I hear it's supposed to be really good."
Yeah.
And you know, and I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then it's like Avatar, and we get down there, and my dad did not buy the 3D tickets.
Oh man.
And I didn't have the heart to say anything.
Oh, man.
Because I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to watch like 3 hours of this, but it's not in 3D, which is the only reason why you watch it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
I'm
pretty
sorry.
That's pretty sad.
Oh,
And there's
God.
no way I'm ever going to go back and watch Avatar again. Because
Serious question, serious question.
yeah, go ahead, please.
Do you even love your dad anymore?
No.
I didn't think so.
It ended there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's when I stopped loving him.
Look at this. He's actually chrono boosting this warp gate in. If he throws up 2 gates right this second, this might be the exact same build from before.
Yeah.
This is a super powerful build, as we saw last time. Even when it got scouted before the Twilight finished, he still killed him. Now,
And there's a Twilight.
yeah, you know what? The gases aren't any earlier, really, this game. He might just die to this again. This might be like a super build for this map.
This is like deja vu. This is a glitch in the Matrix with builds. Yeah.
Yes.
Now we have the Ling being taken out, and this probe is going to start building pylons. This could get out of control very quickly here.
Yeah, this is some scary stuff. This is such a quick and devastating build. Like, it's so interesting the way that he does this. How the gates line up with warp gate, and then the blink starts afterwards. But against someone that doesn't get quick gas, it can absolutely work out. And look, with speed just started now. That's not
the
going to
amount
be there.
of abuse these stalkers can dish out is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, stalkers are so strong against lings when Lings don't have speed.
This is such a cool build. Reminds me of an old 1-base build that MC had years and years and years ago.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now it's 2-base, but with blink, and it's like really, really cool. Anyways, this is already, as you said, Tasteless, dealing out a lot of damage. Now this time, Solar's trying to keep this 3rd base. We'll see what he does when these 3 more stalkers come in.
Okay, so he's got the additional stalkers here now. Now the angle here is pretty good right now for Protoss. If he could just gun down that queen!
Well, that's a lot of Zerglings come out. He's probably going to want to throw down Time Warp pretty soon here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't use one already. The next warp-in should come in now. And there it is, more stalkers. Now, when Ling's speed finishes, he's going to have some zealots there. Well, the Lings will simply be too strong. Many more gateways coming up here now. If those gates finish and he gets his zealots out to block against those Lings, he's going to be in fantastic shape.
Yeah.
Hatchery right now at 75% health.
In the
He
meantime,
might use that time warp right now.
Lings are going up towards the other pylon, so he is pylon pushing forward here.
And those other gateways should have just now finished, I believe.
Yeah, they're
right?
just finishing now.
Okay.
I think. So he's going to have an additional 4 warp-ins.
Yeah. Now this has already hurt the drone count because he's having to make so many Lings. This is Ling speed, and those Lings are counterattacking. We have to see what exactly happens from here. And it is a nice block there. Oh, this is a nice play here.
Wow. Well, the Stalkers continue to move forward. Is he going to be able to actually break them? That is a lot of Speedlings, Tasteless. There's 90 Speedlings on this map right now.
He needs to get rid of the Spine Crawler right away here. That's unpowered, by the way. Rain may have actually bungled this.
Yeah.
Lings are now chewing through here.
One Stalker is not going to finish all those Lings off. He is in some trouble, and they're just continuing to kill all these buildings off.
You know, it's funny because it's like Solar makes this look so easy. You know?
Well, you know, as you said, Tasteless, last time you kind of used some tricky builds to end up winning the series.
Yeah, Rain did, yeah.
Is Solar going to allow that to happen again?
It does
the
not
same
look
exact
like it.
build? I don't think so. Certainly looked so scary that first time, but he's made a few adjustments. He has so many Lings right now. I don't even... Like an insane. He has 121 Lings.
He does get rid of that Spine Crawler.
He needs to...
I think the Rain actually might just be stuck now.
I think, yeah, here we go. Blinks in the main base. Love this move. Deals as much damage as possible, and then either blink out or just warp home. Both ways are going to be really nice. And look at this. He goes in this small little choked area. Now, with this warp home, if he goes straight into Colossus without range, I wonder...
I think he could actually take it because there's so many Lings, Artosis,
like,
that would just melt everything.
Yeah, like, you don't even need range against something
everything.
like this. These Lings are... I mean, they are what they are. They're just... It's a bunch of Lings. They do have 1-1, though. That's pretty frightening, actually.
Yeah.
1-1 Lings in this number.
I'd say 1 to 2 Colossus, though.
You'd need... I think you'd absolutely have to have 2 to have a chance against this.
Do you think that if he does push out with the Colossus, is Solar just going to keep counterattacking?
No. I think he'll do a small counterattack if there's a push out at any time, basically. But overall, I don't think it's going to be a massive, because there's just such a big building wall there. So it looks like Solar actually wants to go into Swarmhouse.
And so he's just continuing to power up here. Rain is. He's going to try to edge out. You got to be thinking Rain's not happy with the way that last attack went. Normally you could see a lot more damage dealt there. That Link counter attack, surprisingly effective. I thought Rain was going to warp in more units during that counter attack. You know, and I thought he was going to try to have them all regroup in the center, but he only had a Zealot and a Stalker there.
Kind of interesting the way that all went down.
Yeah, really.
Now, it looks like Rain is going to go back again, doesn't want to try to go up to Colossus or something, and probably would be quite dangerous to try
I don't think that this is going to work now. Oh, that was so good!
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Traps quite a few Lings in there.
Nice final force field there. Optimize the amount of damage here. 121 supply versus 149.
He's almost killed 100 Lings at this point.
But with the Swarm Host here, I think that's the nail in Rain's coffin.
Well, I think what it does is it makes him just turn around, probably.
But with Zerga going to finish
try
up
to
a
just
fourth base now, I mean,
over.
what? He can then deny the third base for the Protoss, I would think, with this.
Well, there's still some mobility in Rain's army, so maybe he can get something done. But it looks like he just wants to push forward, despite the fact that he doesn't have any detection right now. Yeah, he's just going to force field on top of a lot of these Locusts. A lot of Lings coming around from the other side, making him use a lot of force fields.
I guess if he, excuse me, if he does this right, he could maybe snipe the hatchery, but he's got to get back over here and protect these pylons.
It doesn't look like it's going to work out. His force field energy is almost completely gone at this point.
And he has nothing to really do to combat the infinite Locusts that keep coming forward.
Well, the Locust's going to start picking off these pylons, and he's going to have to tech up into something else. Doing this with Blink Stalker Sentry is not happening anymore. All right, so double Forge plus a Robo. Wow, that is a late double Forge on 2 bases to try to counteract this. What he's going for here is a very long game.
Yeah, now Rain is not bad when he's in these positions, but this is going to be pretty tough against a player of Solar's caliber.
Like, thing is, he has to get at least 2-2 with these Forges, so that makes the game so much longer already. And even at 2-2, like the type of army that Solar has at that point, I can't even guess what it's going to be. Probably just be more Swarm Hosts, but you know, it's going to be so frightening. So I feel like this has to go super long, like half map type situation.
I think Rain's got a long road ahead of him if he does win this. This is going to be really difficult. Solar actually has a lot of flexibility here as far as how the rest of this game can go. Now note that Solar is starting to open up some of these closed-off avenues so that he has the absolute maximum amount of mobility to hit Rain from every possible angle.
One thing we can say is there's a lot of sentries out. And with that many sentries, he can at least hold off attacks pretty well if he's in the right position.
Now we have the Warp Prism coming out here. And by the way, nothing is there to stop that Warp Prism. This is a great way to play this if he starts to get offensive with the Swarm Host, which is exactly what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, that is going to be a very important Prism. In fact, we see that Solar's taking it quite seriously, throwing down 3 Crawlers, having some Lings up in the main base as well. The Lings that he has around the map, though, are really not being very useful. They're running around and trying to be a nuisance, but he just keeps hemorrhaging them.
So he can't use the Warp Prism there. Now he's going to get these into such a position here, brewing right now, where all of these Locusts can just come out. He can use Force Fields to stall for a little bit, but I mean, eventually they will tear through.
He has a lot of Force Fields, though, and he does have an Observer, so he might be able to pick off a couple of Swarm Hosts, and in fact, he does force Solar back
with
for
this
now.
Colossus there, too, that's going to help out a lot. That can melt the Locusts and the Larva, or the Lings, rather.
Well, looks like he is going to back up even more with these Swarm Hosts. They are gaining at least some value.
Good attempt there by Solar.
Making some mana being used. They're doing a little bit of damage here and there. And he does have these 4 bases against a Rain that is freshly on 3 bases. Doesn't even have that 3rd base completely saturated yet.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't for a little bit there because of those the Swarm Hosts and the Locusts coming out of him.
Right now we do have double Robo Colossus going on, so he's going to be up to 4 Colossus in just a second here.
By the way,
still has 9 sentries also.
Solar's very good with using these swarm hosts. The way he whenever they have any eggs on him, he plants them down, shoots out Locust in a direction just to control the map, picks it back up, and keeps moving.
Very Sulky-esque.
Yes, very Sulky-esque.
So right now we do have Rain pushing down through the map. Oh, a nice little link counterattack, forcing a Nexus Cannon.
Yep, not doing much more than that. Probably should be going for probes right now.
Yeah, but you know what? Against an army like this, you want time warps on those Locusts some of the time. And to force him to use Nexus Cannons right now, that's a small victory, I'd say.
Ling's now regrouping over here onto the left side of the map where the Protoss army is not, and this attack could in fact wipe out the Nexus at the third.
That is a lot of Zergling saves as he starts warping in Zealots, realizing that this is a real threat. In the meantime, his army fighting against Locust. Uh-oh, it looks like this Nexus will go down, and with it, all the Zealots defending it as well.
Now he's backing up with the Swarm Host here. You might want to bring those Lings back to try to help defend this fourth. All he has to do is keep his fourth alive, and he's fine.
Yeah, if he loses the fourth, then Rain is still in it. But
yeah,
if he holds his fourth right now, it's terrible, terrible news.
Well, we've seen this work already once in this game specifically, with those Lings coming up there now in the front. But it looks like the Lings do back up now. Meanwhile, the fourth base is in shambles.
That's right. He does take out that fourth.
Now, if he can get the Colossi here with these Corruptors, that would be incredibly helpful.
The Stalkers can't win against the Locusts and the Swarm Host and Lings.
Oh, nice. Lynx winning here from behind. Takes out the Warp Prism first.
Very
Next,
important time warp as well. All right, so no reinforcements over here and no warp home.
Now, can he possibly get them with the Corruptors on the way back? That's a long walk back home. This is going to be very, very tricky right now for Rain, as good as he is, to actually get this army back to a safe position.
I think it's a little bit too dangerous, and in fact, look at that. I love this move. He's actually going up into Broodlord tech right now. If you look at this army, there's no Stargate. There's no economy to go for a Stargate. Broodlord Locust, plus just whatever else he has mixed in with that, is going to be amazing.
Yeah, well, with Stormhouse, there's no way he's going to be able to blink underneath the Broodlords if that's what he goes for.
Nah, as long as he controls the army right and doesn't like overextend with one piece of it, it's a deadly combination. He has 24 Corruptors right now. Colossus don't shoot up, Tasis.
They do not. Okay.
I should get an upgrade like that.
No,
Colossus
please.
now hit air.
Please, Blizzard, don't listen to our judges. All right, Ling's coming up now. And beginning to tear down.
That's a lot of Colossus.
Yeah, it's a lot of Colossus. But I mean, with the number of Corruptors, man, if he gets it at the right angle.
Yeah.
Even just some Lings on the logo to come in there and eat up.
Thing is, there are a lot of
there's
no air upgrades, and I think the Stalkers have +2 attack right now. So
that's something to keep in mind as well. Oh my God, the Swarm House.
Rain's starting to really fight back here.
Oh my God, that was so many kills.
Yeah, there was quite a bit. And
Rain is so good at playing from the disadvantage, but oh my God, that's a lot of Broodlords.
Yeah, this disadvantage is only going to grow at this point. With, 8 Broodlords on the way, still 11 Swarm Hosts out, and 16 Corruptors to help out as well. Oh man, but we do have a Temple Archives on the way, and definitely that's something that's quite important. The more Corruptors there are, the more likely it is that you need some Archons in your army.
Now, you can see Rain is looking for an opening. I don't believe Rain can actually attack in much further than he already has, because he's going to lose at third base.
All he can do right now is maneuver around the map. And what he needs to do is keep the creep back, push it back as far as possible, and keep showing up in various locations.
I love the 2 fake Warp Prisms. That's so good.
You love them so much, why don't you marry him?
I can't. Those two are already tied together. They already tied the knot, Artosis. Nice job here. Just going to take out this hatch and quick escape. Doesn't even look like Solar was going to attempt to intercept that. Now the problem is this death ball from the Zerg coming up through the north here, which is going to hit this third base. And with Rain if he loses this third base, he loses the game in effect.
Well, this push, Solar's bringing it to him. He's trying to decide this right here, right now. If Rain, this is his last mining base. If he had anything else, he could like run around and do a counterattack because his army is very strong. It can do a lot, but heads up against this, I don't know, man.
God, look how much damage that is, actually.
Yeah, he actually
He like almost just killed the Nexus with that little wave.
He needs to put up force fields this time. He cannot fight this straight up. Well, looks like he wants to try. Goes down a Psy Storm. It's going to take a long time to break through here, but it can be done.
Nice. Some links coming up here into the main.
Oh, man. Such a hard position for Rain right now.
I think we were seeing the slow, steady deconstruction of Rain's base right now.
Oh, for sure. And might even become fast if you didn't right-click on that. Okay, here we go, Tasteless. This is it. He has to get something done here. A nice Psy Storm does go down. He's trying to target down these Broodlords right now. Oh, beautiful right there. The Psy Storms plus the Colossus trying to take out all these Swarm Hosts.
As beautiful as that was, I don't think it was enough. I thought for a second it might be. He did. Okay, that's it. Rain taps out GG. That was a really nice attempt there, though, to break that.
Yes,
you couldn't have asked for a better play from Rain than what we just saw there in the last little minute.
He almost fought back, which was just so impressive. After that Blink attack didn't work, and Solar got 4 bases, and he had a lot of Swarm Hosts against like no detection for a long time.
Yeah.
I just felt like there would be no chance, but Rain almost fought back, showed the level of Protoss that he truly is, certainly still one of the best in the entire world.
Rain, an incredibly tenacious player, even at a huge disadvantage for most of that game, really made Solar work for his victory.
Yeah, he certainly did, but this first victory does go to Solar. He beat one of the kind of, you know, random strategies, I don't want to call it random, but tricky strategies that Rain threw at him in the last series, so it's going to be a little bit harder now.
Our next map is going to be Frost. Rain, and it was a great game back there, did lose that. Now, this is the rematch if you're just now joining us here at GOMTV. Previously, Rain, at the start of our day today, managed to beat Solar 2-1. Now we're in our last set of the day, and it does look like it's moving into Solar's direction.
Well, Frost is a gigantic map, our second biggest in the pool.
Yep.
And I guess we'll just see what Rain can do here.
Rain
obviously feels comfortable on it.
Rain did some tricky builds to beat Solar early on, and it seems as though Solar has adjusted quite well and is just kind of, you know, crossing his T's and dotting his I's and making sure that there's absolutely no holes in his play here that it would allow Rain to pull a fast one on him.
Well, we will see if Rain can pull a fast one on him, or maybe just play a macro game. Choosing a map like
he
Frost.
might be able to beat him in a macro game.
Oh, certainly. I think that he showed just how good he was with those late game compositions. He showed he can fight against Swarm Hosts. We'll see. Can he do it on Frost?
It's time for game number 2 in the final series. One of these two players, Rain or Solar, is about to be eliminated here in the GSL Code S.